why do so many men skip their annual checkups? It's not just about busy schedules. It's about fear, stigma, and what's really at stake. Let's talk about it. What's up, family, and welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Wellness Podcast. Today, we're talking about something that most men avoid like it's jury duty, and that is the annual checkup. Yep, that one little doctor's visit that could save lives, but too often gets skipped. We're breaking down why men tend to dodge the doctor's office and what that means for their health and how we can flip the script. But before we dive in, I want to pause and thank every man who is taking the steps to schedule or show up for his annual checkup. This choice may feel small, but it is powerful. It is an act of self-care, love, and responsibility. And thank you to the women and families who keep encouraging those appointments and holding space for these conversations and its importance. Together, we are changing the narrative around men's health, one checkup at a time. Okay, let's be real, family. Men aren't exactly rushing to make their doctor's appointments. A Cleveland Clinic survey found that 60% of men don't go for their yearly checkups, and over 40% of them delay going even when they have serious symptoms that should be checked out. Why? Well, it's layered. Here are the top reasons that were given. So, cultural conditioning. Men are often taught to tough it out or to avoid showing weakness. So, going to the doctor and admitting that there's a problem is often viewed as a show of weakness. Fear. Because nobody wants to hear bad news about their health, especially when there are health risks that you know are present. Nobody wants to hear. So, yeah, I could definitely see that. Time and priorities. So oftentimes, work, family, and life feel more urgent than your actual preventative care, when in actuality, all of those things are contributing to your health. And there could be underlying problems that you are unaware of. Also, mistrust in the system, especially for the Black community. The Black community and the medical community has such a dark and ugly history because of the mistreatment of Black bodies by the medical community. And so those historical disparities in healthcare fuel the hesitancy and the trust within the Black community. So yeah, it's not just laziness. It is very layered. But skipping that annual checkup can have major consequences. Preventative screenings catch problems early on while there's still things that can be done about it. Things like high blood pressure, diabetes, prostate issues, or even heart disease. These conditions can be silent for years, but lead to bigger problems if they are ignored. So men, listen up. The annual checkup isn't about us nagging you. It's about protecting your ability to show up for your family, your dreams, and your life. A 30-minute appointment can literally add years to your timeline. As my husband and I both tell our athletic children all the time, the best ability is availability. So we might be wondering, how can we shift the narrative around this, break this cycle? So here are a couple of ways. Number one, we want to normalize it. So you want to treat that annual checkup like it's changing your car's oil, routine and not optional. Because there's no man out here that is going to allow his car to go without an oil change and have that engine lock up to where he can't drive it, right? Okay. Then you must treat your body the same way. This is non-negotiable. Also, partner support is key. So if you are a spouse, a partner, or a loved one, make it a joint effort to schedule your checkups together. So that way it takes some of the fear out of it. Because if you're going together, you are both showing that you want to be here and that you love one another. It is an act of love to want to be here for your loved ones. Next, we're going to talk about education, making sure that we are educated and abreast of the things that we really need to know about when it comes to our health. Sometimes it's not just about knowing what tests are needed, though. Men over 35 should have blood pressure, cholesterol, and glucose checked annually. Add screenings like prostate checks and colonoscopies, depending on the age and family history. Those are critical. I'm going to tell y'all a story about the colonoscopy. I did not want to get a colonoscopy. Listen, I was fighting it tooth and nail about going to get a colonoscopy. My husband, on the other hand, he went with no issues. He has a family history, so he understood the importance. For me, though, it was, I don't have a family history, so why do I need to do it? I did go and do it. I did it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The preparation was terrible, but aside from that, I'm glad that I did it because it was critical. And it definitely was important that I knew that nothing was wrong there so that I can continue to still be here for my family. So yeah, don't be like me. Don't be a terrible patient and don't be all stubborn. This is important. Okay. And next, you want to start small, right? Even a virtual visit is better than nothing at all. So with the technology and with telehealth, you can now get virtual visits. Now, you won't be able to do your lab works virtually, of course. However, at least doing a virtual visit to talk to your doctor and to share any concerns, any new things that are happening with your body may be something that he or she needs to check out a little bit further. So something's better than nothing. Once that barrier is broken, the rest gets a little easier. And finally, have community accountability. I talk about how important community support is, right? So encourage your barbershops, your gyms, your brotherhood circles to all talk about wellness. That was one of the reasons why I was so determined to do the men's roundtable to talk about wellness, because it's one thing for me to sit and talk about this to you guys, but I'm a woman. So my challenges are going to look different. So it may not resonate with you as deeply as it would if it were coming from another Black man. So that's the reason why that was so important. And that is a sense of a community. It matters when it comes from trusted voices. Again, yes, you guys may take what I'm saying to heart, but again, it's going to sound so much differently coming from the voices of Black men. All right. So here's the reframe. The annual checkup is not a weakness. It is a power move. It is your annual oil change for your body. Just like you go get that oil change for that car every 3 months or 6 months or whenever you get your oil changes. But for your body, you are getting your engine checked. Okay. It's saying, I care about my future enough to take action now, so that I am here later. Wellness is a legacy. Protecting your health protects your people. So men, if you've been putting it off, call the doctor today. If you got something going on, call the doctor right now. And ladies, if the man in your life is dragging his feet, remind him that this is about love, not lectures, that you want him around. All right, family, that is today's episode of the Melanin Wellness Podcast. Let's stop normalizing skipping the doctor and start normalizing preventative care. Share this with a man that you love, and let's get everybody covered, checked, and thriving, because we need you here. You cannot be a part of the movement. You cannot be a part of changing things if you are not here. Because at the end of the day, strong men build strong families, and strong families build strong communities. And we need that now more than ever, family. Until next time, take care of your mind, body, and your spirit, family. Bye-bye.